know you know. What's going on, folks? Eddie Carrington, mayor of Flux City. And yesterday I had a chance to talk with Sarah Faircloth. And Sarah Faircloth opened up a store, a retail boutique in the Island View area of Detroit roughly 3 years ago. And I wanted to have a conversation with Sarah because I don't think retail shops get enough credit in the city of Detroit. We have a lot of interest and hype around restaurants, which is understandably so, but the retail space doesn't really have that same type of hype and outlet and excitement that a new restaurant would get. And I think that's a mistake. And having a conversation with Sarah, she points this out as well via the video that I do recommend you check out, because retail in 2025, a brick and mortar boutique in 2025 is really, really, really hard to keep the doors open, keep successful, make successful. And you know, individuals that are brave enough to do what Sarah has been able to do in regards to opening up her boutique in the Island View area, which is bordering where her boutique is. It's bordering West Village and Indian Village, and there are a number of beautiful households over there. The income in the West Village and Indian Village neighborhoods are some of the top in comparison to the rest of the city, whereas Island View is probably on the lower end when it comes to average neighborhood income when you know via that zip code and community over there in Detroit. So her opening up her shop where she opened it up at was risky. It was definitely risky. Her concept is one that potentially could work in a Grosse Pointe or a Birmingham, where you have the average area income, average median income in those zones a lot higher than where she opened her shop up at. But I wanted to make sure I highlight Sarah because, once again, I don't think people realize the grind you have to put into running a clothing boutique in 2025. And Sarah does it with grace, and she's having fun with it. She's able to have a staff in place, and she has an amazing array of product in her store. But it's not an easy grind, and she'll tell you this via the video that you're going to have an opportunity to watch. But making sure that we highlight the fact that, you know, these are individuals that are, in some cases, market makers. These are individuals that are opening up boutiques in areas that don't have a lot of retail to begin with, and in some cases helping to convince other retail shops that the area that these boutiques are opening up at is an area that they may want to build their business around. And so in her scenario, she's kind of the anchor tenant, even though she doesn't have, in this development that she's in, she doesn't have the biggest space, but she's the anchor tenant. She's at the corner. She's been in business for 3 years. The building that she's in, I'm going to assume, has at least 4, maybe 5 commercial spaces. And from my understanding, she's the only one that is currently still active and still holding down the fort with her boutique. And she's doing it based off of hustle. And she's also doing it on the side. She has a full-time 9-to-5 job, which is very important to note. A lot of people don't realize that your most important business partner is your 9-to-5. Your 9-to-5 is something that is going to help fund your dreams. And a lot of times I hear people talking about quitting their 9-to-5 to start a business and to go into business for themselves. I really don't think that's a good idea in most scenarios. You really want to utilize your 9-to-5 and look at your 9-to-5 as a business partner in order for you to fund your expenses. You got inventory potentially, you have potentially the need to purchase things such as website, domain name. Maybe you need to hire somebody for your shop, and in a scenario where you don't have a 9-to-5, which could potentially subsidize your salary from your business and allow for the revenue and profit from your business to kind of go towards paying your staff. You not having a job, now you have to figure out a way to keep the lights on from the revenue you're generating from your business, as opposed to if you had a job, having that income from that job, from that 9-to-5, allowing for you to have a little more flexibility and freedom, because that 9-to-5, as crazy as it sounds, will give you a bit of freedom with the money that you're earning from your day job. You may be able to hire somebody, which allows for you to not have to be on site as much, as opposed to if you were a full-time entrepreneur, right? So really, really good video. Lots of jewels dropped from a retail side, from a brick and mortar side. And mind you, Sarah opened her shop in the time of COVID. Like, imagine opening up a brick and mortar in the time of COVID, where everybody is ordering things on Amazon. Nobody is going in to shop. Shein starts to become very popular here in the States. And Sarah decides to open up a brick and mortar boutique, right? Like, how brave do you have to be, or crazy, or both, in order to open up a brick and mortar fashion boutique during the height of COVID? But Sarah did it, and she continues to evolve and grind and grow her business to a point where she may even expand her shop out to Grand Rapids. So once again, really, really important. Lots of jewels dropped in this video. It's also important to note that Sarah is not from the community or even from the city. She's from the upper part of Michigan. And so for her to bring this concept not to Grand Rapids, Birmingham, Grosse Pointe, she brought it to Island View. Kudos to you for taking that chance of opening up a retail brick and mortar boutique and the year post COVID in Island View, and also figuring out a way to keep the doors open, keep the lights on for 3+ years, and getting to a point where now she's even potentially once again evolving and expanding to other markets. But kudos to you for starting that journey in the city of Detroit. And I really did want to share her story with you because her journey could hopefully help other boutiques and retail shops that are thinking about brick and mortar see certain things and learn from her experience in order to prep yourself to get ready for what I would assume is a pretty crazy ride when it comes to opening up your own shop. So